What's up, everyone? On a Friday here. It's nice and sunny out here in my home park. I just came from one of the hardest, if not the hardest activity in a shoot-around game I've ever played. And that is to shoot nothing but threes in a moving target score game that started at 0. Now, to my credit, despite being down by 18, I was able to, even after a while that I was down by 15, that I was able to, after 2 made free throws, to get myself this close. I made a 4, and then I made a 3, as a second consecutive 3-point shot to cut it to only 6. And then I made another right when it got to the 1 minute mark for me to call timeout. And, when I made that 4 again, I thought I was going to win it. It wasn't the case because I had so much time left. I needed to take another shot because it wasn't 10 seconds. So I attempted a 3. I missed it. It was a good look. And then I had to throw the ball out of bounds, for 5 seconds so I can reset. That's an advantage that I have now in these shoot-around games where I can call the out of bounds, especially if I want to throw the ball out on purpose. So I did that, and I needed to attempt a 4 because I have no more timeouts. And when it came down to the final 5 seconds, I had the look that I need at the spot where I needed to be, but it looked like it was going to go a little past the rim, but it was still a good look regardless. Looking from the side, it looked pretty good. It just didn't go in. Now, I made a half-court shot before to win at the buzzer. That was for Erich's birthday, one of the most memorable games from last season's shoot-around. It's one of the best ones I ever had. I thought I would do something similar here, but despite making 2 4s, and they were actually those very 2 important ones that I made, one to cut it to 9 in the second part of the activity, and another one to actually give myself the lead briefly, my only lead of the game, and that was that. And despite that kind of hot stretch, after the first time out, I still ended up losing. But at least this result wasn't a blowout. But, for as close as I got this game to be, I had the lead at one point. That was the only lead I ever had. But I still ended up losing. And had I won this one, this would have been, I think, the best game I've ever played to win it. Now, of course, I already had a bunch of good ones, a bunch of quality wins, like in Central Park. And I remember the second game in Central Park, had I not missed that floater, that would have been a historically good comeback game where I would have come down from 31 on the, going into the second part of the activity. And to win it, coming from that huge of a deficit, that would have been one of the best wins ever. But, this one would definitely be the best if I had nailed it at the buzzer. But I haven't been making those kind of shots lately. So I hadn't done them in the beginning of the year. William Peak, Central Park, and even here at home where I forced an overtime. But yeah, man, that was it. So it feels good, but lately I have not been in many situations like this as of late, but it is what it is. 62-29, still very, very good. I'm now 30-13 at home. Now, obviously, this was expected to be a loss, but it wasn't going to be a loss like this, though, because really, it was, I was that close to winning it. But I got another one like this coming up, and I'm going to be on the road to do it. Will I get revenge, or is it going to be a sweep? So we'll find out. Just consider what it was like the last 3 home games that I was in this very park. Each of those last 3 games, I only made 1 before this game. And here, I think I've made about several of them, enough to keep this game close. And with 2 4-pointers, despite all that, it's still a loss, but it was close. Now, you can argue that on the second time out, I should have actually attempted the free throws to see if I can give myself a chance, but I risked to do a 3 instead because of the second consecutive, the last 3 that I made right before I called the timeout. But, I think I should have done the free throws like I did on the first timeout where I made 2, and who knows what the result will be by then. I mean, I'll never know. I think the outcome of the entire game would have been different had I attempted the free throws again. But I just never know. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. But the result is the result. So I got another game coming up, and that's going to be the one where I did for God Rest Her Soul, Joy's birthday. It's going to be at home this time. Same park, yes. After work on Monday. So that one will not be hard at all. I won last time. So if I did it on the road, I should be able to win it at home as well. So it should be a nice bounce back. And so we'll just go from there. I mean, I already lost my first game in August. And obviously this one was tough. Like I said, it was expected a loss. But for the most part, I was able to make it close and competitive. And, it just came out to be the result that is what it is. Not what I expected, but hey, it turned out to be a worthy, good game. So anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.